Hey everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda Blog, right, guys, with another gameplay commentary, some more Siege action. Now, I have here Lord Popcorn from Team Diligent, as we both are going to be talking about NDAs or non-disclosure agreements for video games, specifically alpha and beta testing. Popcorn, thank you for coming.
No worries, thanks for having me again.
So, tell us, just give us a run through on what the NDA agreement is for the alphas and the betas.
Basically, what they are is just as the name is an acronym for is non-disclosure agreement. You're basically given access to a video game, an alpha or beta or a focus test, whatever portion they're giving you access to. You test a game, and you're basically agreeing not to discuss it, not to share it on streams like Twitch, YouTube, not to tweet about it, not to tweet pictures, anything else like that. So it's basically trying to keep you hush hush about what's going on in the game.
So why would developers and publishers have non-disclosure agreements for their alphas and beta testing?
There's a lot of reasons that various people will say. One of the main ones is just so the competitors are still kind of in the dark about what's actually going on in the game. So there's a lot of gameplay features like the operators, for example, in Siege, that if that information would have leaked a lot earlier about exactly how they were set up and what they could do, um, other competitors could have taken that, used that rock paper scissors mechanic to try to release a game quicker than Siege was, and basically get a hold of that market.
So it's basically not to try to go against the community, but try to kind of keep things from like other game developers. Be like, oh hey, that's a cool idea. Let's put it in our game and let's release it quicker.
Yep, that's part of it. That's one of the biggest reasons. Yeah, there's like I said, there's multiple dozens of reasons why they do that, but that's one of the biggest ones.
So as such, for the NDA agreements, people usually be like, oh, I'll accept this real quick and just start playing the game and start talking about it. So what are the repercussions of people actually streaming, posting it up on YouTube, etc.?
It really depends on the game that's being done, what phase of development it is in, and what company is doing it. Some companies aren't going to do much. They might ban whatever account you're using. They might ban you from their actual systems, like the Fable and the Microsoft test that's been going on for a while. They actually ban you from a lot of the Xbox and Microsoft services. Um, some companies actually charge you fines. There's a bunch of different things. I've heard of everything from people being sued to a couple people being arrested to accounts being banned, etc.
Yeah, because I noticed like some developers nowadays are stepping up their A game with the testing phases, including having your gamer tags actually across the screen, or like moving to different places across the screens, and be on streamers or people going on YouTube. He's like, oh, I just gotta blot out my name real quick. Well, I can't blot out my name without blocking off the screen, basically, as a kind of like a failsafe.
Yeah, there's a few other things that we as developers do. That's one of the easiest ones to plug in. We actually have a lot of IP tracking and things like that, saying, hey, this person is playing this game, they played it for this long, this is the location they played it at, this is the exact system they played it at, etc., etc. There's a lot more that goes into it than just your name bouncing across the screen.
So developers can literally and specifically point you out via like an IP address where you are at, at certain moments, and get your account banned and tracked, basically.
Yeah, we do have access to that stuff. I mean, some of us don't do it, some of us do. It really depends on your publisher.
All right. That's that's actually really interesting as far as that goes. Now, when you yourself see, especially on how big Twitch is nowadays, and we see games that are clearly in alphas and beta stages but have the NDA agreements, what is your reaction when you could kind of see that happening when people are streaming it regardless?
Personally, I find it funny as all get out. It just shows the intelligence level and reading comprehension and critical thinking level of a lot of the gamers nowadays.
What
It's getting lower and lower by the decade.
what do they usually say when people post that, hey, NDA agreement?
Oh, the biggest one we get as developers all the time. So, well, I didn't know there wasn't any warning or anything. Even when we have like big splash images just saying you are not allowed to stream this game or you were under an NDA, we get tons and tons of people look. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I paid for it, so I should be able to do this. I should be able to do that. We just get some of the dumbest excuses ever.
What are some of the most unique ones that people have said about not realizing they broke the NDA agreement, and some of the most prominent people who broke it?
I can't really go into prominent people because there's a lot of reasons why not to. Privacy is one. Um, So I can give you the funniest one if you want that. The funniest one I ever
Yeah,
had.
yeah. Give us some really unique ones here for us.
Okay, one of the funniest ones I ever had. The player that broke the NDA. Whenever we went in and warned him, we actually this was back before Twitch and everything like that. So we sent him an email saying, "Hey, you're spreading this information on MySpace. The game is in a non-disclosure agreement. You can't spread any information." And he's like, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. My brother's one of the developers on the games. Blah blah this, blah blah that." I'm just sitting there looking at the email reply, and I'm just looking over at my boss and looking back at the email. Look over at my boss. I'm like, "Hey, he says you're his brother." And my boss walks over to my desk and looks at it, and he's just like, "What the hell? I have no clue who this guy is." I mean, that was one of the funniest. That dude fought us for weeks. He even brought a lawyer into it, trying to say that his brother was one of one of the main developers in the game. That one was extremely hilarious for me.
Are you serious? One
I
brother,
am
one of the
serious.
main, and in the end, it wasn't even true.
Nope, and he even brought his lawyers into it. That was the funniest part.
Wait, they took you guys to court about this as well, or it didn't got that far?
They tried. Once their legal team got a hold of our legal team basically sent over a big like roster. They sent over like our entire HR department of saying who all our employees were, and they're like, "We have no one here by that name. Sorry, guys." And his lawyers are like, "Yeah, sorry for wasting your time."
Wow, like a pissing contest turned into a legal battle, turned into a utter embarrassment.
Yep. Me and a couple of friends that still talk from that, I don't think we still laugh about it once in a while.
Wow. Any other unique things out there people have said?
I don't know. One of the ones that I personally seem to get a lot is, well, I bought the game. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want with it. I get that one a lot, and that one's funny to me too. But it's not as humorous as the last one was.
Yeah, it's kind of strange and interesting. Like it's like, yeah, you might have bought the game or reserved it, but doesn't mean you own this part of it.
Yeah, even though we buy games nowadays, the games have been turning slowly but surely turning into games as a service. We don't own any portion of the game anymore. We're basically buying the right for the publisher to give us access to the game for however long they want.
Hmm. So other than that, as far as it goes, it's basically the NDA agreements. It's just people just don't read it, or they just clearly be like screw it, let's just post information about this and try to get as many hits or as many views possible out there. It's still it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's just it gets worse and worse as the years go on. People just get dumber and dumber.
You think it's going to come to a point where they're just going to be, like, yeah, we're going to have a closed alpha or beta access, but it's not going to be open sign-up. It's just going to be invite only.
I mean, a lot of them are invite only now, but we can't just close it off to people, period, because that'd kill us market-wise. So it's almost impossible for us to close it off like that.
So basically, in a sense, developers kind of have to roll with the punches and try to do damage control when something pops up.
Yep, essentially that's why a bunch of big publishers have incident management teams and things like that handle all these situations.
Gotcha. Well, anything else? Anything last things you say about NDAs or things out there?
I'd like to say don't be stupid, follow the NDAs, but people won't. They'll still break the NDAs consistently. It's a losing battle for us when it comes to that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you guys. And it sounds like you go on Twitch, it's like, hey, NDA, and like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm like, right.
Yep. It just amazes me how blatantly dumb people can be.
Yeah, sadly. But again, thank you, Popcorn, for coming here today and talking about NDAs.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me again.
No problem, man. For those of you out there who don't know, Lord Popcorn runs the Team Diligent Clan. There will be a link below onto the website. But do know, it is a work in progress, so just saying it out there. Above all else, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want comments about NDAs, alphas, and betas, post it down there. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for some more content. This is the Geeky Panda here on the Geeky Panda blog, saying out to remember, stay geeky, my friends.